Hello and welcome to a new edition of my videos. Today I'm going to show you Reinker Spread, and it's going to feature the Fifth Avenue floral set, specifically the large rose stamp. I'm going to start with shimmery white cardstock, and I'm going to emboss that rose in white on the cardstock. Stamp it on there. That's my white craft ink. And craft ink stays wet a little bit longer. So now I'm going to take my powder pal and I'm going to dump some white embossing powder over the top. It's going to be hard to see probably, but the powder just sticks to the inked up portions. Now I need to heat it with my heat tool. Once the embossing powder turns shiny, you move it to a new area. You don't want to hold it in any one area too long because it will scorch the paper. And the embossing powder will actually melt into your cardstock if you hold it there too long. So there's that. Okay, now I'm going to take some Reinkers in an old CD, and I'm just going to put a little bit of Reinker, one drop, and I'm using Pink Pirouette and Tangerine Tango, I cannot say that name, and Riding Hood Red, 3 in colors. And if you have the in color pads, you'll want to be purchasing the in color Reinkers before they are through in June of 2009. I'm going to take my spritzer, this is just water, and I'm going to liberally spritz that. And the wells are created by the embossing, so it sort of holds the water in there, and it's really almost overflowing in some spots. I'm going to take my aqua painter and I'm going to touch it to the ink spot, and I'm just going to touch different areas of my card. And you can see there's a Pink Pirouette doesn't show up so great because it's such a light color in here. Watch what happens when I dip my Tangerine Tango. I really cannot say that word. Okay, it just sort of gives this ooh, ah, look at it go kind of feeling. And then you can see with the, you touch it and it just sort of spreads itself depending on how much water there is. It's really a cool thing to watch in person. And you can see that it gives sort of a variegated look to the whole process, which really makes for stunning results. Now that's really wet, and it's going to take some time to dry, probably 15 minutes or so, depending on how wet your cardstock is. But I've got one done ahead of time, and it's all dried. And these were the same colors, they're a little bit lighter because everything's dried. And I might have actually cheated and patted the top a little bit when it was almost dry, and that sometimes takes some of the color away too. But here's my finished piece. I'm going to take a Pink Pirouette card. Here, I should do it so that that's how you're viewing it. And I'm taking a piece of Designer Series paper that's in the Real Red family. I'm just going to put this piece right at the bottom here, and I'm going to cut a piece of Tangerine Tango double stitch ribbon. I'll put that right over the top. The dots on this paper help me to line up my ribbon nicely. And then I'm going to take some dimensionals and I'm going to put a few of them on the back of my rose. Now the hardest part of all, getting the backs of those off. Here's a little tip for you. If you squeeze the middle of it, it makes the edges come up a little bit easier. I know it might not look like it, but if you saw me without squeezing the middle, you'd know that it is a lot easier this way. So there I go. And if I wanted to add a stain, I could add a saying right here. And let me just trim up my ribbons. These snips, these paper snips are really supposed to be for paper. I designate one pair for ribbon, but every now and then I can't find my other ones, so I cut paper with it and it dulls them. There you go, there's that card. And let me go ahead and stamp the saying, and to do that I'm going to have to turn my card around. You only live once, but if you do it right, once is enough. And there's your card. Now go try it yourself.